Okay, good morning, students. The problems related to exercise 6.2. Coming to problem 16th of exercise 6.2. Prove that the function f given by fx equal to log sin x to the base e is increasing on 0 to pi by 2, the open interval 0 to pi by 2, and decreasing on pi by 2 to pi. Prove that the function given by fx equal to log sin x is increasing in the first quadrant. That means whenever x lies between 0 and pi by 2, we have to show that the function is increasing. And in the interval pi by 2 to pi, in the second quadrant, the function is decreasing. That is our problem. So let us trace the given function. Given function is here fx equal to log of sin x to the base. The given function is log of sin x. The logarithmic function, it is a logarithmic function. So every logarithmic function is defined only to positive reals. Hence, the logarithm is applicable to positive reals. Hence, this sin x is positive. Once sin x is positive only, the function is defined. So, for sin x greater than 0, f is defined. So, here f defined for sin x positive. Sin x is greater than 0. The function is defined only for the values of x for which sin x is positive. That implies sin x is positive implies x belongs to 0 to pi. Open interval 0 to pi. Because in the first and second quadrants, only sin is positive. Once sin is positive only, logarithm of sin x is valid. The function is defined. Hence, whenever x lies between 0 and pi, the open interval 0 and pi only, the function is defined. Hence, domain of the function is the open interval 0 to pi. Domain of the function is the open interval 0 to pi. In this interval only, for these values of x only, we have to discuss the nature of the function. So, to discuss the nature of the function, consider its derivative, f dash x. That means d by dx of log sin x to the base e. Consider the derivative of the given function, that is f dash x with respect to x, that is d by dx of log sin x to the base e. For the logarithmic function, the derivative is 1 by sin x into derivative of sin x itself with respect to x. This is one function, this is another function of function. For logarithmic function, 1 by sine. x, that is the derivative of log function. And then derivative of sin x is followed, d by dx of sin x follows. That gives us 1 by sin x into derivative of sin x with respect to x is cos x. So hence cos x by sin x, cos x by sin x is cot x. Therefore f dash x is cot x. Now the derivative is cot x. Now case 1, the first case. Suppose f dash x greater than 0. Suppose taking f dash x positive, that implies cot x is positive. That implies cot x is positive whenever x is in the first quadrant or third quadrant. Whenever x is in the first quadrant, cot x is positive, and in the third quadrant is also it is positive. But our study is only in the first two quadrants. In the first two quadrants. So in the quadrant 0 to pi by 2, cot x is positive. In the quadrant pi by 2 to pi, that means second quadrant, cot x is negative. So that f dash x is positive implies cot x is positive, that implies here x belongs to 0 to pi by 2. So therefore when x belongs to this interval 0 to pi by 2, f dash x is positive is greater than 0. Hence, since the first derivative is positive in this interval, hence in this interval, function f is increasing, strictly increasing of course, because inequality follows strictly increasing. So in the interval 0 to pi by 2, the function is of x, that is log of sin x to the base a, is strictly increasing. That is the first case. Coming to the second case, f dash x negative, which implies cot x negative, that implies x belongs to the second quadrant. Second quadrant means pi by 2 to pi. X more than, it cannot be more than pi. Our study is only in the interval 0 to pi. Hence, in the second quadrant, cot x is clearly negative. Hence, f dash x is negative. Therefore, when x belongs to pi by 2 to pi, f dash x is negative. Hence, f in this interval is strictly decreasing. This is our conclusion. In the interval pi by 2 to pi, f x here, f x is decreasing. In the first quadrant, f x is increasing. So we can conclude in such a way. Similarly, in the next problem is given as f x equal to log cos x. You can take it as homework. Instead of sin x, the given function is log cos x. In same way, you can develop the intervals in which the function is increasing as well as decreasing. Next problem, that is the 18th one. Prove that the function given by fx equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 100 is increasing on R. Prove that the function is the given cubic polynomial fx equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 100 is increasing over the set of real numbers for all real values of x. For all real values of x, the function given cubic polynomial is increasing. Okay. Coming to solution, here given fx is the cubic polynomial 3x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 100, x being real. So, taking the derivative with respect to x, f dash x is d by dx of x cube minus 3 into d by dx of x square plus 3 into d by dx of x minus d by dx of 100, of course, the constant. Taking the derivative with respect to x by term differentiation, derivative of x cube is here 3x square minus 3 into derivative of x square is 2x plus 3 into derivative of x is with respect to x is 1 and derivative of 100 is 0. That gives us 3 into x square minus 2x plus 1. F dash x, the first derivative, f dash x is 3 into x square minus 2x plus 1. Now I will arrange f dash x. Now I will arrange f dash x as 3 into, here x square minus 2x plus 1 may be written as x minus 1 whole square. Taking x square minus 2x plus 1 may be expressed as x minus 1 whole square. It is a perfect square clearly. This one is a perfect square. 3 is positive. The perfect square gives us a positive value or non-negative value. That means either 0 or positive for all values of x. So, therefore, f dash x is clearly either greater than or equal to 0. 0 whenever x equal to 1. Taking x equal to 1, it is 0. Other than 1, it is clearly positive. So, either positive or 0. It cannot be negative, non-negative. It is non-negative. Non-negative means f dash x is greater than or equal to 0. Since x minus 1 whole square is greater than or equal to 0 for all x that belongs to R. For all real values of x, it is either positive or 0. It is more than 0 or 0. Hence, f dash x is greater than or equal to 0 for all x. Therefore, this is f dash x is greater than or equal to 0 for all real values of x. For all real values of x. Since for all real values of x, the first derivative is non-negative, that means greater than or equal to 0. Hence, we can conclude that hence f is, here you should not use strictly because equal to 0 also follows. Hence, f is simply you can say that increasing is increasing. You should not use strictly, the term strictly. Increasing or non-decreasing. You can use these terms. Non-decreasing for all values of x that belongs to R. F is increasing, the function is increasing. The function is increasing for all real values of x in the set of real numbers. So, in the set of real numbers, f is increasing, we should not use strictly the term, you should not use the term strictly here, because f dash x may takes the value 0 at x equal to 1. So, it may takes the value 0 or more than 0 only. So, hence use only increasing, or the term non-decreasing is used here. So, the function f is increasing for all, this is for all x that belongs to R. So, you can conclude in such a way. So, that completes the problem, 18th problem. Next, next one. Problem number 19. The interval in which y equal to x square into e power minus x is increasing. The interval in which y equal to x square into e power minus x is increasing is options. Is the given options are minus infinity to infinity for all real values of x. The second option is once the values of x lies between minus 2 comma 0 only, it is increasing. The third one is 2 to infinity. The fourth option is 0 comma 2. In which interval the function is increasing? That is the problem here. For that, let us observe the first derivative here. Let us observe the first derivative of the function where it is positive because the function is increasing. So, since the function is increasing, let us consider the first derivative of the function in which interval it is positive. So, coming to this problem, solution of this problem, here given y equal to, instead of fx given y is x square e power minus x. Differentiating with respect to x, therefore dy by dx is dy dx of x square into e power minus x. By product rule, taking the product rule, this is one function in x and this is another function in x, u into v rule, product rule or uv rule. By u into v rule, x square into derivative of the other function plus e power minus x into derivative of x square here. So, first function into derivative of the second function plus second function into derivative of the first function. Just I am taking product rule here. By product rule, the derivative you can evaluate. So, x square into d by dx of e power minus x. For e power minus x, the derivative is minus e power minus x. For exponential, the derivative is itself. But here, derivative of minus x is minus 1. Hence, we get minus e power minus x plus e power minus x into derivative of x square is 2x. So, the derivative dy by dx is here here derivative dy by dx. You can take e power minus x as common. Taking e power minus x as common, here we get plus 2x, hence I am writing this term initially as plus 2x. This term get minus, this minus can be applied to this one, so we get minus x square. So therefore, dy by dx is e power minus x into 2x minus x square. Still you can write it as 1 by e power x into 2x minus x square. Now observe where this dy by dx takes positive value. That is the problem here. Now, since the function is increasing, since f is increasing, then dy by dx is positive. That is, dy by dx is positive means increasing means greater than or equal to. You can take this, the given options are only open intervals, you need not go through the equality. Actually, you take equality because increasing only, he is not mentioning strictly increasing. You can take dy by dx as greater than or equal to 0. So that is 1 by e power x into 2x minus x square is greater than or equal to 0. But e power x is positive implies 1 by e power x is also positive for all x. For all x, this value is positive. Clearly, 1 by e power x is positive. Hence, once this is positive, this must be also positive. This is 2x minus x square is x square is greater than or equal to 0. That gives us x into 2 minus x is greater than or equal to 0. Hence, therefore, from this it is possible that x lies in the interval 0 comma 2. From this value, from this factor we get x equal to 0, from this factor x equal to 2. So, once x lies between 0 and 2 only, this inequality follows. Of course, closed interval here, closed interval, we can take closed interval because equality also here taking into consideration, you can take x belongs to 0 to 2 because I am not using strictly. Once you take strictly, here only greater than is applicable. So, I am not taking strictly, just once f is increasing, then you can take dy by dx as greater than or equal to 0. Once it is greater than or equal to 0, x belongs to closed interval 0 to 2. So, therefore, we can conclude that for x belongs to its subinterval, leaving the endpoints, 0 to 2, we can conclude that for x belongs to 0 to 2, then f is increasing. So, 0 to 2 is a subset of this one. 0 to 2 is a subset of this one. Once in this interval the function is increasing, hence it is also increasing in the open interval 0 to 2. Hence the right option is D, 0 to 2. In this interval the function is clearly increasing. Okay. Next, this is one more problem. I will come back to this problem. This is one, I will explain this one now. The seventh problem, a little bit different problem from others. A little bit different problem from other problems, seventh problem. Now, take this problem, seventh one. Show that show that y equal to log of 1 plus x minus 2x by 2 plus x when x greater than minus 1. When x greater than minus 1 is an increasing function of x, increasing function of x in throughout function of x throughout its domain. Its domain. Show that y equal to log 1 plus x minus 2x by 2 plus x when x greater than minus 1 is an increasing function throughout its domain. Here the domain is given as x more than minus 1. X more than minus 1 means x may takes the value from minus 1 to infinity. X more than minus 1. X is more than minus 1 means let us take minus 1, 0, 1 like that. So x more than minus 1 means minus 1 to infinity. Minus 1 to infinity is the domain of the function here. In that domain, the function is increasing. That we have to prove. That is our problem. We have to prove that in its domain f is increasing. For that, let us consider this one solution. Given y equal to log of 1 plus x, here the base is e clearly. Unless and otherwise specified, the base is considered as e. Y equal to log 1 plus x to the base e minus 2x by 2 plus x, where x belongs to minus 1 to infinity, x more than minus 1. This is the domain of the function here. Once x is more than 1 only, once x is more than minus 1, x plus 1 is greater than 0. Once it is positive, the logarithm is applicable. Clearly, you can obtain the domain of the function. So the domain of the function is given itself as minus 1 to infinity. In this domain, we have to prove that the function is completely increasing. So consider the dy by dx, the first derivative, dy by dx of this function. That is dy by dx of the function log 1 plus x to the base e minus d by dx of the function 2x by 2 plus x. By term differentiation, you can apply derivative for log 1 plus x and derivative for log 2x by 2 plus x. This is derivative of for log 1 plus x to the base e with respect to x. This is a function of x and taking derivative with respect to x. For log function, it is 1 by 1 plus x, the derivative, into derivative of 1 plus x follows. Derivative of this function follows by function of function rule or chain rule. Minus derivative of 2x by 2 plus x, apply u by v rule. By u by v rule, this is 2 plus x whole square. In the numerator, we get the denominator 2 plus x into d by dx of 2x minus 2x into d by dx of 2 plus x. This is our derivative. By u by v rule, the derivative is 2 plus x into derivative of 2x minus 2x into derivative of 2 plus x by 2 plus x whole square. Now, still on simplification and taking the derivative of 1 plus x here, we get 1. For 1 it is 0, for x it is 1, minus 2 plus x into derivative of 2x is only 2, 2 into 1, 2, minus 2x into derivative of 2 is 0, derivative of x is 1 by 2 plus x whole square. 2 plus x whole square. Now still we simplify that dy by dx. Therefore, dy by dx is 1 by 1 plus x minus. On simplification, we get 2 into 2, 4, plus 2 into x, 2x, minus 2x by 2 plus x whole square. 2 plus x whole square. This plus 2x minus 2x cancel. So, this is 1 by 1 plus x minus 4 by 2 plus x whole square. Now, still on simplification, the LCM is clearly 1 plus x into 2 plus x whole square, and in the numerator we get 2 plus x whole square minus 4 into 1 plus x. 2 plus x whole square minus 4 into 1 plus x. That is equal to, on squaring here, we get 4 plus x square plus 4x. Here we get minus 4 into 1 is minus 4, minus 4 into x is minus 4x by 1 plus x into 2 plus x whole square. So, this 4x cancel, this 4 cancel. So, therefore, dy by dx gives us is x square by 1 plus x into 2 plus x whole square, which may be written as 1 by 1 plus x into x by 2 plus x whole square, because x square by 2 plus x whole square may be expressed as x by 2 plus x whole square. Since this is perfect square, since that is perfect square, clearly it is non-negative. This is greater than or equal to 0 always. Whatever may be the value of x, x by 2 plus x whole square is either 0 or more than 0. This is also positive here. This is also positive because here greater than 0, because x is more than minus 1. Since x is more than minus 1, x greater than minus 1 implies x plus 1 is greater than 0. So, 1 by x plus 1 is greater than 0. So, this is positive and this is greater than 0 and this is also greater than or equal to 0. So, both positive, one is greater than 0, another one is greater than or equal to 0. The product is clearly greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, dy by dx is greater than or equal to 0 for all x which is greater than minus 1. dy by dx is greater than or equal to 0 for all x greater than or equal to minus 1. Hence, since the first derivative is greater than or equal to 0, y is only increasing. I say that it is increasing for x more than minus 1. Y is increasing in its domain. The domain of the function is clearly this one, minus 1 to infinity. That is our conclusion. Here the denominator 1 plus x is positive, 1 is positive, since greater than 0. Again x plus 2 by 2 plus x, x by 2 plus x whole square. Since it contains a perfect square, it is clearly non-negative. So, the product is clearly non-negative for all values of x which is more than minus 1. Hence, the function is increasing. The function is increasing, an increasing function throughout its domain. That is our conclusion. Okay. Already 9th problem is given to you. 9th and 10th problems are given to you, and the 11th problem also given to you. Now coming to 13th problem. 13th problem number 13. This is also one important problem. On which of the following intervals, on which of the following intervals the function f(x) equal to x power 100 plus sin x minus 1 decreasing. The given options are here: open interval 0 to 1, the open interval pi by 2 to pi, the third option is 0 to pi by 2, the fourth option is none of these. None of these. On which of the following interval, the function f(x) given as x power 100 plus sin x minus 1 is decreasing? That is our question here. Okay. Now given f(x) is x power 100 plus sin x minus 1. Therefore, first derivative f dash x is d by dx of x power 100 plus d by dx of sin x minus d by dx of 1. d by dx of x power 100, d by dx of x power 100 is 100 times to the power of x power 99, 100 minus 1. Derivative of x power n, is n into x power n minus 1. Just I am using that formula where n is 100 here. So 100 into x power 99. Derivative of sin x is simply it is cos x plus cos x. Derivative of 1 is 0. So therefore f dash x is clearly 100 into x power 99 plus cos x. Now we will check f dash x either positive, negative in these intervals. In which interval it is negative? That is the point that we need here. Now check by options wise here. Whenever x lies between 0 and 1, case 1. Taking case 1. When 0 is less than x is less than 1. In such case, what happened to f dash x? That is our argument. When x lies between 0 and 1, then x power 99 clearly lies between still 0 to 1. Any value lies between 0 and 1, its positive power always still lies in between the same interval 0 to 1. Whatever may be the value that you consider between 0 and 1, its maximum power, whatever the power may be, consider x power 99 still lies between 0 and 1. That implies 100 into x power 99 lies between 0 and 100. 0 and 100. So this term lies between 0 and 100. And moreover, whenever x lies between 0 and 1 radian, 1 radian means it is always less than pi by 2 radians. Pi by 2 means 22 by 14, more than 1 point something. So, this is 1 radian means less than when x lies between 0 and 1, x power 99 still lies between 0 and 1. Hence 100 into x power 99 lies between 0 and 100. Moreover, whenever x less than 1 means 1 radian. 1 radian is always less than pi by 2. So, clearly x lies between 0 and pi by 2. 0 and pi by 2 means first quadrant. Nearly 57 degrees and odd. 1 radian means 57 degrees and odd. So, x lies between 0 and 57 degrees means completely x lies in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, cos x is clearly positive. And moreover, here cos x is positive. That means both the terms 100x power 99 is positive, more than 0, and cos x is positive. Therefore, f dash x is positive for x belongs to 0, 1. Hence, f is increasing in 0, 1. But we are in need of decreasing interval. So, hence it is not the right option. So, like that you have to check each and every interval, given interval. So, I am concluding that in the first option, whenever x lies between 0 and 1, clearly this term is positive, hence f dash x is positive. So, since it is positive, the first derivative is positive, the function is increasing, it is not decreasing in the interval. So, first option is eliminated here. That is not the answer. Similarly, case 2, go for the second option once x lies between pi by 2 and pi. Case 2. When x lies between pi by 2 and pi, pi by 2 radians and pi radians. Pi by 2 radians means 22 by 14 and pi means 22 by 7. X lies in these radians. Whenever x lies in these radians, clearly x is positive. Since x is positive, this is positive clearly. 100 into that value is positive. This term is positive. Moreover, it is more than 100 also, because this is nearly 1 point something, more than 1. Hence, it is more than 1. But whereas cos x is in this interval, cos x is negative. Since in the second quadrant cos is negative. But whereas cos maximum value is 1. So, cos maximum value is 1. This is more than 1, nearly 100, more than 100. 100 minus the maximum value of cos is 1, clearly positive. 100 minus maximum of value is 1. 100 minus maximum value 1 means the values are certainly positive. The values are certainly positive in that case. That is our conclusion. So, when x lies between pi by 2 and pi, then clearly 100 into x power 99 is positive and cos x is negative. So, f dash x, that is 100 x power 99 plus cos x is still positive. The maximum value is 0 here. The maximum is 0. So, hence this value is certainly positive, not negative. That should be observed here, because cos value lies between -1 and 0 only, less than 0. But whereas this is more than 100, so certainly that function f dash x is positive. So f dash x is positive, hence we can conclude that f is increasing in the interval pi by 2 to pi. It is not decreasing. So this is not also the right answer, because it is increasing in that function, in that interval. Similarly, case 3, third case, when x lies in the first quadrant, when 0 is less than x is less than pi by 2. Clearly cos is positive in the first quadrant. Moreover, this is positive. That means this one is positive. So clearly 100x power 99 is positive and cos x is also positive. Hence f dash x, the addition of two positive quantities, is positive. Therefore, f is increasing in 0 to pi by 2 only. So in this interval also, the function is increasing, it cannot be decreasing. So in the interval 0, 1, it is increasing. In the interval pi by 2 to pi, it is increasing, the function is increasing. In the interval 0 to pi by 2, it is increasing. So in all these intervals, the function is increasing. Hence the right option is clearly none of these, because the function is decreasing. The function is decreasing, that he asked. So no interval from A, B, C has that property, the function is decreasing. Hence the right option is none of these. In none of these intervals, the function is decreasing. That is our conclusion. That's an important problem. Once it was given in objective pattern examination of IITs. Next one. Problem number 14 in exercise 6.2. For what values of A? For what values of A, the function, for what values of A, the function f given by fx equal to x square plus ax plus 1 is increasing on the closed interval 1 comma 2. That is our question. For what values of A? For which value of A involved in the function, the function is increasing in that given interval. That is our question. So to find the value of A in which the given function is increasing in the given interval, let us consider the function x square plus ax plus 1 for x belongs to 1 comma 2. Whenever x lies between 1 and 2, fx is suppose x square plus ax plus 1. Now f dash x function derivative. Derivative of the given function d by dx of x square a into d by dx of x here plus d by dx of 1. D by dx of x square is 2x plus a into derivative of x is 1. Derivative of 1 is 0, which is 2x plus a here. that is f dash x. The function is increasing. Now the function is increasing. F is increasing, then f dash x is greater than 0. F dash x is greater than 0. Therefore, 2x plus a greater than 0 for 1 is less than or equal to, x is less than or equal to 2. For x lies between 1 and 2, given f is increasing. Since x lies between 1 and 2, since x lies between 1 and 2, implies 2x lies between 2 and 4. Two x plus a, 2x plus a is here, is greater than 0, where x lies between 1 and 2. Okay. I will take like this. Now 2x plus a greater than 0 implies a is greater than minus 2x. A is greater than minus 2x. But x lies between 1 and 2 implies minus 2x lies between minus 4 and minus 2, because I am multiplying this inequality with minus 2. Minus 2x lies between minus 4 and minus 2. So here minus 2x, minus 2 and minus 4 and minus 2. This 2x, minus 2x lies in between these. Minus 2x lies in between these. Now a is more than that value. For f is increasing, a is more than that value. More than that value means, what is the maximum value of minus 2x? Minus 2. So a must be more than that value. A must be more than that value. The maximum value of that minus 2x. Here the maximum value of minus 2x is minus 2. Once a is more than that value, clearly this is positive. A is more than minus 2x. That is our conclusion. So if a is more than minus 2, a is more than minus 2, a is more than minus 2, and x lies between 1 and 2, then f is clearly increasing. F is increasing. A more than minus 2 means, from minus 2 to where minus 2 onwards, it can take infinity. It can take up to infinity. So you can conclude in such a way, whenever a greater than minus 2 only, clearly the function is increasing. Here we have to find the values of x, the values of a, in which the function is increasing whenever x lies between 1 and 2. That is our problem. Hence, you have to find the values of a for which the derivative is positive. Here the derivative is positive whenever a takes the values more than minus 2. That conclusion we can give from the problem. So, if a is more than minus 2, if a is more than minus 2 only, the function f is increasing. In such case, f dash x is positive. Okay. So that we completed the problems of exercise 6.2. We completed the problems related to exercise 6.2. Just you go through the example problems also. Once you go through the example problems, you can practice the example problems related to this increasing and decreasing functions. In the next class, I will explain the objective questions of increasing and decreasing functions. Increasing and decreasing functions. Increasing and decreasing functions. Okay. And other problems, miscellaneous problem also I will cover in the next class. Okay, carry on.